Morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're watching. So today I am doing a spot of Tanago fishing, which is basically like a small whip with a bit of fabric at the end and a little float rig on. Popular method in Japan for microfishing and catching bitterling and things like that. There's a tiny little stream near my house and it has a dam which has a small 2 to 3 foot deep pond in front of it. And I've caught quite a few nice little coarse fish in here over the years. So I've left the rod and reel at home and I'm going to try out the Tanago rod for the first time here. It's going to be awkward accessing the bank. It's either very sludgy and sinky or you're quite high up. So I'll explain the rod and the rig at some point in the video and what bait I'm using too. And hopefully we'll catch something interesting. Let's give it a shot. Bait wise, I'm going to be using these Fladden Worms. That's the regular size maggot, but there's a couple of the pinky size maggots or bloodworm size in there too. I've got isome. The whites and yellows will look good. They'll look a bit like bread falling in, and if all else fails, I have got some leftover sourdough. I'll give that a try too, but we'll see how I get on with the fake baits first. You know, true LRF style and all that. Stickleback on isome, very small ones. It's important to touch fish this small with a wet hand. If you touch them with a dry hand, you'll find they could end up with an infection. Let's put them in there. 3-spine stickleback, probably one of the most common species you'll find in the UK. They're absolutely everywhere and they're very voracious feeders. They'll take whatever you drop in front of them. Another one. They're very receptive to this brown isome. So here's my setup. I've got a 120 centimeter Tanago rod, telescopic, which is a little bit of fabric on the end there, see? And then I've got about 2 feet of this very fine black braid, which is owner Tanago braid. Ducks are being very noisy. And I've got some 3-pound fluorocarbon, about a foot of that, which is the Major Craft Dangan fluoro. Little rubber float stop, a sliding Tanago float. You can use any kind of float really, a little pole float would do. Tiny little split shot, and then I've just got a size 22 hook to nylon. That was very cheap from Go Outdoors. So all in all, the rig itself is probably about, I'd say 4 to 5 foot long, which is slightly oversized, but you can't get super close to the bank here in all the spots. If you're fishing down close to a river or in a rock pool, you can go a bit shorter than that. And lastly, you're going to want some sort of viewing tank. You can buy them specifically for microfishing. This one is some sort of sea monkey tank. It's a little bit too big for the job, but if I catch something bigger like a roach or small carp, at least, you know, I can fit it in there. Oh, what we got? First fish. Looks like a little tiny roach covered in black spot. Oh no, it's a little rudd, but not very healthy here, unfortunately, some of the rudd. But still got some nice vibrant colour on him. Another rod. Slightly healthier one. What's that? I got something. Oh, it's a perch. It's a perch. A nice perch. Look at that rod bend. Let's get him out. Oh, look at that. Didn't know there were perch in here. That's interesting. Nice. That was on a maggot that I actually found on the side, so someone else must have been fishing here. I found a dead maggot which I'm going to use until it's gone. Oh, something decent. What's that? Goldfish? Yes. Oh, these are weighty. Is that a goldfish? Yeah, that's a brown goldfish. On the isome as well. Don't need bait, do you? Get a stubby little tail. God, these things have solid mouths. When you get a hook up, a bit like a carp, it can be quite hard to get out. That was cool. I'm glad I got a goldfish on camera. I've had them here before, but I really wanted to catch one for this video. A brown one, so not the golden ones which you see in here, which I had one yesterday. I'll put a photo up here. But an unusual species nonetheless, especially for a relatively wild stream in the UK. I just want to get through. I've been waiting for a while to get through, but that's all right. No worries. Cheers, thanks a lot. Cheers. Oh, what is that? Oh my god, a massive rod. Didn't even know I had a fish. Oh god. Oh, he's off. Did you see that? I think that was either a big rod or a big roach. I didn't even register a bite. I must have hit it as I was bringing it out. Should have bought a net. It's not something you usually think of when you go Tanago fishing. That was a good bit of excitement there. Quite a big rudd, close to a pound I would imagine. I know they're in here, I've caught them before on the rod and reel. But gone from a tiny 2-inch rudd to something like that. Bit of a shock. Nothing else came up after that, so I'm going to walk up the stream a little bit more. Keep trying. He is a chunky one. That's a big one. Specimen stickleback. Being a good boy. Yeah. Oh, I can see the goldfish down there again. Goldfish. Golden goldfish. Oh. See ya. Oh, got something. Oh, goldfish. Different one. Oh. Big one. Big goldfish. Look at that rod. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, came off. This is little goldfish land down here. They are weighty, them things. Christ. Need to start bringing a net when I come out with this Tanago rod. Don't usually hook into things you can't pull up like that, but didn't even see him, just come out of nowhere. So I realised why I was dropping the bigger fish, the rudd and the weighty goldfish. The hooks I was using is quite a fine gauge and they were bending out just enough to let the fish fall off. So what I recommend is a thicker gauge hook, something like this, if you've got the chance of little carp or bigger roach or rudd. So I've switched to this. That's not going to bend when you pull up a fish. The trade-off is it's not going to come out of a snag so easy because it's a strong hook and stronger nylon, but you're not going to lose the fish like I just did. So recommend these if there's a chance of carp kind of species. Just like a roach. Yeah, first roach today. Oh, we got another goldfish, a bigger one. Got a better hook this time. Genital. There we are, look at that, brown goldfish. Bigger meaty one. Could be a common carp, no. I think that's a goldfish. Yeah, I think so. Another brown one. What's that? Last fish. And it is a little rudd. Covered in black spots, and that'll do for today. Off you go. That was a super enjoyable little session. Most productive was that very awkward corner where I had to do a sort of squat kneel maneuver to fish it, but I assumed I'd be getting a lot of rudd and roach today, but I think I actually had more of those brown goldfish than anything else. Highlight was definitely the perch. I've never caught one of them from here before. Everything else I've had before. No silver bream, no minnows today, but yeah, great little session. Felt like I've been out all day, but it's only been 2 hours, so yeah, I definitely recommend getting yourself a Tanago rod, just keeping it in the car with a few bits of isome and a rig, and any little lay-by you pull over into or little pond you find, just give it a go. It's super cheap and you just leave it in the car. No one's going to break into nick that, are they? They wouldn't even know what it is.